the effect of packaging the NPFL.
Let's build up our own. Let's support our own.
This is just like saying Luton Town came, to play against the likes of Manchester.
Banky can't watch Sporting Lagos. Who say Bugano go watch Atlanta?
Drop
him. Now make I say more than set for team.
Wait, which team you they support?
Because if I say I never get the memo.
There are a few things. I think number one.
Okay, this is the Football Republic podcast, and Sawadinho and the football community don't gather again. As I always talk, if one man cook for community, they go finish him. But if community cook for you, my brother, I know if you chop. So the community don't gather again to cook better one today. The Super Eagles play for this international match window, and we play against Saudi Arabia and against Mozambique. Well, for the first time in 55 months, Nigeria finally win a friendly game. The last time we win friendly game, now 2019 against Egypt, when we beat them 1-0 Paulo Nacho. I know you know the reason I'm like that, but it's not so it happened. 55 months, 2019 for Asaba. I remember saying I may be commentator for that match, and that was the only time we win friendly game for 55 months. Well, Jose Pesero don't win another friendly match. We will talk about that one. Fantastic goalkeeping from Francis Uzowo for the 2 games. The full community will gather, cook that one for you. But before then, we will talk about the Nigerian Professional Football League, or Nigerian Premier Football League, as they call them these days. And one or two things where they happen inside the football scene, we be like, say, okay, we don't get the ginger again and the attraction from people to the come stadium, come watch football again. We've been seeing for the Naija Super 8 when fans full the Onikon Stadium or the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, where you take Noam now. Full brekete everywhere. Say Sporting Lagos fans cause serious wahala. They say this na stadium, no be library. When they make their noise, when people they ginger them and all of that. So some people don't they come the stadium to come watch match from everywhere. And one of the one which surprise us, which shock us, what we see for stadium. I don't see him for I don't see him for stadium before. Watch Nigeria Premier Football League match. Now, one of my big bros with here today. Banky W they here with us today.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I want to introduce them. Whether now music,
sir,
whether now comment, whether now movies, whether now politics, whether now ministry, whether now everything. But it shocked me as I see Banky for stadium. They watch Sporting Lagos, and then I consider again we are Sporting Lagos jersey. I know I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't know whether it's Sporting Lagos, but first of all, Banky, good to have you here
Good
today.
morning, my brother. Good morning, bro.
Good morning, Banky W.
How you doing now?
I just did. How you be?
I did. Happy to be on your show. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. And once again, thank you so much. You have never said no to me.
No.
Never.
And I will never, by the grace of God.
Amen.
As long as God gives me the ability, I will always show up for you.
So thank you for showing up, Banky. Thank you. And then we get one crazy Sporting Lagos fan, which just they make noise. They never play 3 matches for the Premier League. They never play reach 3 matches for the Premier League. Boye don't they make noise everywhere. Say they go win the league.
Sawa na the way. Actually,
Which way? Noise
you
making
know,
na the
say
way.
this thing don't day. Even before the MPFL promotion, we don't say we don't talk we don't stand up.
Yeah.
There was something we saw. There was something I saw when I first watched Sporting Lagos that made me know I have to identify. And it's a club where there's a lot of room for improvement, a lot of room for everything is done right. It was easy for me to get close to the club staffs, and a little bit of the management just from being a fan, which is how it is supposed to be. Anywhere in the world.
Inclusivity for everybody.
Yes, there's inclusivity.
Fantastic. So that's why we want to delve into it, because I was with the GM of Sporting Lagos on Sunday, and then I was also you introduced me to the owner of the club on Sunday as well, and I met some other members of the board, and fantastic ideas and all of that. First of all, Banky, let's start with you.
Okay.
I know you're a fan of Arsenal.
Yeah.
Do you support any Nigerian team before now, or have you been a fan of any Nigerian team before now?
I'm a recent or a new fan of Sporting Lagos.
Okay.
Officially.
Welcome to
That
the
is
club.
my NPFL team.
Welcome to the club.
Officially,
Welcome to the
and
club.
I'm fully on. And anybody that knows me, when I decide to do something, I'm
going all out.
in all the way. So expect to see me at any game that I'm in town.
Yeah.
Expect to see me at the stadium.
We love to have you.
Supporting them. I believe very strongly in what they're building. I believe in what they're doing. Shola is a good friend of mine, and I believe in his vision for Nigerian football and Nigerian footballers and our young people. And bigger than that, I think that we have to invest in ourselves.
Okay.
We have to care about Nigerian young people, our talents, our minds, the opportunities that are available to us. I mean, most people where they support Premier League team, if you give them map, they know fit points where the team on the map. But because we don't spend so many years just learning about the team, they can tell you the whole history of the team. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a fantastic league. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
But we have amazing footballers here. We have amazing young footballers here who are talented, who are skilled, who are incredibly hardworking. And we should not wait until they've been picked up by a European side before we start, giving them that kind of support.
Yeah, that's right.
If you pay very close attention, the things that have made Nigeria special on the world stage, the music, the film, the fashion, maybe even the food, right? All of those things, it took mostly younger people saying there's something special about who we are, and we will invest in it, we will support it, we will showcase it, we will put it out there, we will show our uniqueness, our talents, our minds, our creativity, our own stories. And the more that we've done that, I dare say even outside of government, because it's just now that government is trying to, and we give credit where credit is due, where government is trying to make funding available for filmmakers and people in the creative business to tap into. But those businesses have exploded because of the people, not because of any kind of structural support. In fact, despite sometimes the opposition from the administrations that have existed, those industries have exploded. Look at our artists winning Grammys, selling out stadiums across the world. Look at our filmmaking business. My wife and I, on our honeymoon, we went to Jamaica. We want to say we won't go resort where people no go know us. We go just hide. Baba, as we enter the place, now so the Jamaican people say, wedding party, wedding party. We know you.
Yeah.
So our films, Netflix, Amazon, our films are exploding across the world. Our music is exploding. Our fashion, our Maya Tafo, David Wedge just opened on his store on High Street in London. So you're seeing all of these industries explode because people just care enough about it to invest in it and to support it and to believe in it and to champion it. And I believe the same thing has to happen with our sports.
It just has.
Same thing has to happen with the Nigerian Premier Football League. We're not saying don't support Arsenal or whoever. There's some teams that are not really good, like United and
United fans still collect.
No problem. Support your devilish team if you need to. But let's also find local talented footballers, and they're really good. I mean,
they're good.
The Sporting Lagos game was fantastic. They played an amazing game of football, and they're just now. And by the way, we know now we go win this.
Arguably, I'll continue saying it. We play the best football in the league. We play the best football in the league.
I don't study him. I don't already know. I'm a prophetic person. We are going there.
Well, boy, if they say something,
we play the best football in the league.
Definitely.
Sporting Lagos.
Yes.
For 3 matches when I don't play for league.
Come on, it's like I said.
Okay, but let me give them to Una. Shall Una play Naija Super 8 against the big boys and Una win them?
Now, let me say one thing. Let me say one thing. For a club that has just been in existence for 2 years. Yesterday, I was still going back to our archives from when we go to pick students.
I like the way you say
I'm in the system.
Full time.
We are in the system. When now only one game I don't watch.
Went to Yabatek, Unilag picked fans. That was how it started. The fan culture started. And I watched our NNL games and I watched them fully. We won Naija Super 8 coming off the NNL playoffs in Benin. It was just Aliu Salaudin specifically, the defender, 15-on-5. He played almost every game there. It was worn out. I spoke to him sometimes. The players are also accessible because I feel like we've not built this you are a star culture out of our players. So they are very accessible at this point. I spoke with Aliu, I spoke with Chisom Oji, even if he had I might be leaving
Sporting very
stuff
soon.
then. Yeah, he told me then. But Aliu played every game there and still came to the Super 8 and played games back to back. At the Super 8 we played every like 2 days.
Yeah, and
Every
there was a
2
day
days.
you played back to back because you had an
Back to
outstanding
back,
game
yes,
from match
we
day
had
one.
an outstanding game and we played games the next day.
Yeah.
And we're still able to win against, the Enyimba, the Akwa United, Remos. These are proven clubs. This is just like saying Luton Town came, to play against the likes
shake
of
the
Manchester
big boys.
City.
Fantastic story.
And his
Okay.
play is the classic Cinderella fairy tale
Yeah.
story. And that's
Let's
what I
give it
believe.
to Sporting Lagos. I mean, like my friend for Port Harcourt would say, footballically. They don't need try. Footballically, they don't
like
need try.
it, yeah.
But there's something about Sporting Lagos that I want to know.
Okay.
This fan culture thing you talked about. For once I don't know if it has ever been done, fans officially, they pay to subscribe to be fans of a club.
Yeah.
And I hear, I think from the GM on Sunday, say that state box, people pay as much as $500,000
Yes.
Confirm.
to be there.
Yeah.
Confirm.
Yeah.
You subscribe for that state box?
Well, I didn't subscribe for it, but a friend of mine did.
Okay.
So I came with
Yeah,
that
yeah, because when someone subscribes, the person can come with
With
your
I'm sure
business
Banky is
associate
getting a season
and all of
ticket.
that.
Yes,
You're sure he's getting a season ticket.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
They
he's
give
going to
somebody
get
a season ticket on Sunday.
Yeah, you can win. You
all
can
those
win.
raffle draws
Yeah,
and all
you
those
can
things.
win.
Yeah.
So this fan culture thing, Banky, first off, what was that thing that attracted you? I know you've mentioned that Shola is your friend and all of that.
Yeah,
Did you hear of Sporting Lagos before now? Or
Yeah, no, I had heard of it.
Okay.
I think that just like Boye was saying, that the culture is growing.
Okay.
And the culture is growing because people are building it, people are investing in it, people are supporting it, people are getting involved, and that's how these things catch fire. I mean, when I guess I'm old school now, but when we started in the music business, it was the same thing.
Okay.
It was just a small
Community.
of people, artists, everybody believing in what we were doing. At the time, we were performing in when we travel East Chorus, we were performing in all these little corner clubs.
Yeah.
But that's where you start from. You dream big, you start small, and you never let any small mind tell you your dream is too big. You just keep going. And that's what we were doing in the music space. Now look at it. I mean, these artists are selling out the biggest stadiums across the world.
Yeah.
Why? Because 10, 20 years ago, other artists were like, you know what, this thing can work. Let's do this thing. Let's break this door down. So I think that the same thing is happening in the local football
scene.
league.
So
I think-
before now, have you been to the stadium to watch any
no,
local
this was
football
my first
league?
game. That was my
Gombe
first game.
United Sporting was your
No.
first game.
And
Yeah,
I'm sure
yes,
he enjoyed
yes.
So,
it.
so
That's
let
my
it be
first
on
game.
record. Say the first time we Banky enter stadium, watch Premier League match, Naija Premier League.
Yeah.
Not even during MFM, their era and all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Now Gombe United Sporting Lagos
Yeah.
for Lagos. That's your first game.
First game.
And I'm
First
sure
game.
he
Like first
enjoyed
of
it.
many.
And I had a fantastic time. I had a really fantastic time. In fact, I've already collected the schedule for the rest of the year.
season.
So as long as I'm in town and I'm able
free.
to, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there supporting every single game. I've even, but if you saw my community service effort,
Yeah, on
Yeah,
Saturday.
I saw it.
I'm repping my club.
You were-
man.
I don't know why you don't
someone
get that
still showed
picture.
me. Someone showed me today. I was like, yes, of course.
Yeah,
I'm
I saw
repping
it
my
on
club.
Saturday. I
Straight.
saw it on
Someone-
Saturday.
someone-
In fact, it's the Arsenal jersey that was so
And do you know what I-
because
do
I'll
you
be
know-
more often than
Back
not,
to back.
I'll be because guys, the reason we love Arsenal and all these other terrible United and Chelsea and all these other teams, the reason we
The
the
day
reason
we
we
will
love
bring
all of
you
that.
man you. I pray I'll bring you an e-book. I'm gonna banter
And that's
that.
what they do now. Nothing did. But
Yeah.
the reason those clubs are successful now
Yeah.
is because
People
decades
rally
ago,
behind them.
people did
Yes.
what we are trying to do now with
Yeah.
the Nigerian Premier League. So we need to be able to do those same things. Let's build up our own. Let's support our own. And we're Sporting Lagos fans. We're Lagosians, but
Yeah.
every team deserves supporters.
Yeah.
I think Ebuka is it Eyimba?
I know how we
don't
support
remember.
teams. I know how we support teams
I
in
don't
this
remember
country.
what his
Either
team
your
is.
state of origin or where you reside and all
Okay.
of that. That's why most of the Easterners will either support Eyimba, Enugu Rangers, Heartland, or Iwanwu National.
But
Yeah.
it's either Eyimba or Enugu
Yeah,
Rangers.
one of them.
Some people are Kano Pillars fans.
Yeah.
Like, pick a team, support them, buy the jersey, attend the game, support. let's do that. Even our broadcasters, let's get the games out there. Let's get the highlights on social media. I'm still going to post about in fact, the next Sporting Lagos game. I'm going to show up with my jersey on, and I'm going to take proper pictures so that I can blast it on social media, so that people know that this thing is happening, and you can come and get your tickets, and let's pay.
Yeah,
pay for tickets.
You saw my tweets.
Yes. Pay for tickets.
I'm not going to take
They
jab.
Pay for tickets.
Pay for it.
They need the entire economy of the league to work. So buy the jerseys, pay for tickets, buy something to eat when you're at the stadium. Let's put our money into something that belongs to us. I don't even know say that they snap me.
No, they snap.
And
No,
there was a
the person
photographer
will
that-
snap you this picture. Now it's supposed to be on set here.
Oh,
today.
it was
Puja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Puja take this particular picture. Now it's supposed to be on set here. And that tweet, when we tweet, now the tweet we from capture that picture.
Ironically, there was a photographer, like an official photographer, who took pictures, and I gave him my email that he should send me the pictures because I want to blast
he hasn't
it,
sent
and
it.
he has not sent it.
I'll send him a message directly for you.
So I was like, I've been waiting for the pictures from him because I want to use the influence that I have to attract Lagosians. We have a team. Let's support the team the same way that we.
That's the next question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
What is the difference? Now you just said Lagosians.
Yeah.
This is not the first Lagos-based team
Right.
we've had
Right.
in the NPFL.
Right.
We've had MFM of recent. We've had, I think, Ikorodu United.
City is
Ikorodu City is now in the
Again, NL.
lower division.
Okay.
You know, I think back in the day we used to have stationary stores. Like, that time maybe our time. But at least in recent years, MFM even finished second, played in the Champions League and all of that. So what is different? Sporting Lagos and these other Lagos-based teams that we've had before now.
So I think this maybe speaks to a thing of leadership.
Okay.
I think for me, leadership is always the critical ingredient to get a vision to come to life. Because if leadership is intentional, if leadership is creative, if leadership is innovative, then the rest of the organization follows. Boye was telling us just now about how Sporting would, when they were starting out, they would go
to campuses
and fill it with
people.
supporters, give them merchandise, bring them to the stadium to cultivate a fan culture. That shows you a leadership that's intentional. That's not just saying, oh, we're playing a game, people come. No, they're going out and getting young people to support and giving them transportation to say, listen, we're trying to build something here and we need you. And I think people respond to that. People respond to intentional, creative, innovative leadership. People respond to them getting a sense of ownership in what is happening.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You feel like the club,
I'm part of this.
yeah, like you're part of something, and and this is a fantastic time because it's at the ground level now. So let's get that ownership mentality now and let them. You know, the club is definitely very intentional about reaching out and cultivating fan culture and giving access so that people feel like, man, you know, you don't want to say something about that?
Yeah. So speaking of fan culture,
Yeah.
that's one of the key things that Sporting Lagos, is I do a lot of Sporting Lagos PR online, even when it wasn't paying me.
Yeah.
I can say to an extent
But he's paying you now.
Yeah, I can say
let's
to an
put it
extent.
out.
it's
No,
paying
let's
me.
put it out now. He's paying you
so,
now.
But I was going to say something. I've come across fans that will personally message me and be like, I received the message from Sporting Lagos, and I'm like, that should be normal in any scene and working, but that makes them feel like a part of the club.
part of it.
You get a mail on match days.
Yeah.
You get you get messages for people that can't receive mails, SMS. You get sometimes pictures sent to you, and it just makes you feel like, okay, no, I think I'm connected to this. I'm a part of this, and anywhere in the world, because in sports management or marketing, they will tell you a club or a sports organization that can get you their fans. That's what is needed for sponsorship and partnership. And you know what? Once you have that fan engagement, trust me, you go far. And that is what distinguishes Sporting Lagos from, a lot of clubs that have. So they make use of the media, make use of the fan engagement. And it comes to a point where it's not just the club PR or the club media doing the job. A lot of people want to help you do the job. A lot of people want to talk about. I've seen a lot of people come with their own cameras, their own drones to record games. To just walk around it also. All this works together to push the club forward.
And I think let's also encourage the other teams in the league to also reach out to attract people.
Yeah.
One, just attracting a fan base, but also attracting people who maybe have a bit of a louder voice or a bit more of an influence. So I said Ebuka, for instance, I think he's a fan of Enugu Rangers or Enyimba United. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But that is an opportunity for the club to say, come, Ebuka, we'd like to host you at a game.
Yeah.
Will you come out with us?
Exactly.
We have to find ways to collaborate, because if he's a fan, he probably is just a fan from just following the team, being from the East.
Yeah.
But that's an opportunity for the team to leverage on that.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams in the Nigerian league have, influential supporters who are just kind of low-key supporters. But the onus is on them to say, you know what, how can we bring this person
to
in?
identify with
And
what
even
we're
if
doing.
it's somebody that's not a fan, invite them, bring them, they will come. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Invite them, host them. And my first Sporting Lagos experience was because Shola invited me and said, hey, and then I had a few friends, a friend of mine, Akin had a box and all of that. So I said, okay, you know what, let me go and check this out. And I'd been hearing of it for some time.
Yeah.
But it's become this thing where, the more you reach out across the island, say, guys, come and experience this.
Yeah.
Just like what Sporting Lagos did with the buses from Unilag.
Yeah.
Come out, young people, come and see what is happening.
And
come
support
and support.
us.
And it's a small investment. Like now, Shola inviting me has already resulted in me talking about it on the show.
Yes.
Which is going to go far.
Yes.
It has resulted in me spending my own money on tickets and jersey.
Yeah.
It has resulted in me
And by the way, their jerseys, 25 grand.
yes.
Yeah, it's now 20.
And it's
Okay, it's now 20.
so formerly 15 just became 20.
Okay.
last year, and it's
The cost.
top quality.
It's quality.
And there's a story behind the jerseys. Let me just indulge me. Sorry,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
doing Sporting
indulge me,
Lagos
indulge
PR.
us, yeah.
So Sporting Lagos, like you said, all these
Wait,
intentional.
first of all, another thing, I never for my life, I don't watch Nigerian Premier League from when I be small picking. When my pa they carry me go watch from Port Harcourt and all of that. Because my partner died, the one national fan. You understand? From my life, can't reach now, even when I started to report, the kind of girls when they come out, come
for
watch
match day.
Sporting Lagos.
No way, down on
I never see
Eden,
them
down on
anywhere
Eden, down on Eden. I go give you a small story.
It will
But
be small story.
let me
Boy,
just
now
talk-
make I say it must be set for day.
Let me just talk on the jerseys.
The
first.
jersey, go on.
Yeah, so the team is very intentional, like I said.
Yeah.
This is supposed to come on my own show a bit, but the logo,
Drop
you see-
am,
Drop am, yeah.
the logo you see means all road leads to Sporting Lagos.
Okay.
It is not just ordinary.
So which one
you
be
see,
Third
it's an
Mainland Road there?
interconnection. It's an interconnection of roads,
Yeah.
meaning all road leads to Sporting Lagos.
Okay.
You mean these?
This
The
logo.
logo.
This logo.
The
now.
logo.
Oh, this
That
logo,
is what
okay.
the Sporting logo,
Okay.
Sporting Lagos logo. So we are accepting fans from everywhere.
I'm getting my education.
Then,
so that if they ask me, I'll
then
answer.
the blue jersey was created off, the Kampala we used to have, but we are trying to integrate, something like that because it is Lagos.
Okay.
We are trying to integrate the old Kampala-ish,
Okay.
olden days Yoruba people traditional wear, and that's what came about the stripes and the patterns. Then when you look at this, there's
yellow.
a connection of beds,
Okay.
meaning we are building a community, a community of beds. So you see that everything that is done is intentional. Then if you look at our jersey numbers, and it's weird, kind of.
Trust me,
It's
that
weird.
jersey number
It must
is
have-
a commentator's nightmare.
Is
because I mean, Super 8, I think I did Sporting Lagos game like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Normally commentators from afar, you just see the jersey number, you have your team list and all of that. You don't know the player, you don't talk. But this one to identify the player, that's one thing I will talk to them about. I'm not against whatever design, but make it bold enough so that we can identify from afar. I know that that's review. Once I just see although the movement and all, when I see the number 20, I know that's
it's review,
review and all of that. So if you get into now, we improve that number. Continue with you.
So the number, which is the last, is taking off all these trucks that go east, west, that travel. There are always these funny inscriptions. If God no be man, all the exact way those inscriptions are is what is the drive
inspired
behind.
that.
Yeah, that's why the fonts are like that.
Amazing.
If you try to check through, so everything that is done is
Relatable.
Intentional.
Talking about that relatable ideas. I was speaking with Rotimi. I think Rotimi, my friend from Mega Electrics. He said the name Sporting Lagos was also intentional.
Yes,
the owner
from the
wanted
start.
something that must have Lagos.
Shola and David are very interesting. David is the brand storyteller. They are very, very intelligent people.
Yeah.
I've listened to them. I've sat down to speak at least sometimes with David. it was intentional from the start. Shola wanted something in Lagos.
Yeah.
Lagos is a hub.
Yeah.
Lagos deserves to have a team. There are teams in Lagos, but adding Lagos to the back of that sports scene makes people connect that this is our own.
Yes.
Okay, and I think
This
that's the
is for us.
problem. MFM
Possibly.
possibly had,
This
because
little
people
brand
just have this
information.
mindset, na church thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
na
This
this
little
church,
brand
not just na
information.
church thing, na this
A
church
lot of
thing.
people heard Sporting Lagos and they're like,
That's my team.
that's
me.
I'm
a Lagosian.
I'm a Lagosian.
Exactly.
I mean, it will be easy for you to connect. I mean,
Exactly.
as a Lagos boy,
I mean,
and
even
all
people
that.
in Manchester, so the traditional team supporters are mostly people that are from Manchester. I feel
Manchester,
like,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
this is a team in my community. This is Manchester.
Yeah.
I can now choose between Manchester,
United or City.
But I'm a Manchester person. I'm a Londoner. So am I close to Chelsea? Am I close to Brentford? I know that is why. So that's why you see, even on days where the team loses 3 games in
Wait,
a
you
row.
mentioned London now. You don't
there's-
mention Arsenal.
Don't worry.
No, rephrase.
Okay,
Yes.
because
Am I
Banky-
close to?
yes.
No, me and you
Because
dey
Banky
here,
is
sir.
here.
this interview ends now. What
Okay,
nonsense.
so Arsenal. So you see that
fine.
even when we lose,
North London forever.
even if when they lose a run of games, they
They're
are
still
not there. That's what we are building with the Happy Corner.
Yeah.
Kudos to Bamigiano. So it is. Even when we lose, we are not just here because we are winning or losing. We are here because it is our own. It is, I'm a Lagosian, I'm a fan.
I always
So I'll still be
tell
there.
women marry an Arsenal fan because in good times or bad times,
Yeah,
we're there.
they're always.
We're loyal.
They're
I see
very
my
loyal.
gunners in the
Greg,
building. I know
Greg,
them. I know we know ourselves. But no, that's what it's about, right? It's about ownership in a team. It's about representing where you're from. It's about that connection to your city. Whether Lagos is good or bad, it's still our Lagos, and we get them.
Yeah.
So we must still represent it. So the same thing goes with the team. We're here, right or die. And I'm going to make even my son. The same way he will be an Arsenal fan, he will be a sports fan.
That is what we
So
are
it
saying.
becomes-
That's what we
it
are saying
becomes
about our
generational.
culture.
It must
becomes
be.
generational.
It must
And
be.
That is if Sporting Lagos is still around.
we would be
And
around
it will
for
be
long.
by the grace
And
of God.
We really want it to be around.
But you know, it's not just about Sporting Lagos being around. It's about the league
League.
around.
Very
that's
dependent.
another
It's about the
question.
league being sustainable. It's
Yeah.
about the league generating revenue. It's about the league. Why they know they send me this picture? Now the picture they look for.
No worry,
see,
you get
You go get her, no worry. Boy,
Ima what you say.
Ima
that.
go
picture
send
where
them
I
to
know they
you.
find things.
I think teams that
Yeah.
have this whole thing going on are also like Bendel Insurance. You know, Enugu Rangers.
Enugu
with
Rangers
Amobi
are doing
coming
something.
from his FIFA
Masterclass and all
I
of that.
spoke to him immediately after that. His FIFA Masters.
Yeah, by the
program.
way, I'm planning on bringing him as well.
And you see a young man with amazing talent. A lot of people say he was not going to work.
Yeah.
He attended a lot of spaces just to let people know that yes, I'm here and I'm going to make you work, even in a government club. And Amobi came.
And under how many months he's gotten that partnership with Afrik
it's not up to
Invest?
5 months.
And
He got
yesterday
a
he
shirt
did a-
sponsor.
yeah.
They're about getting another one.
Another
I
sponsorship
spoke
he
to him
did.
personally. You know, Rangers International have their fans are also traditional. It
one
goes
of the
way
best,
back. Yes.
one of the best.
They
followership.
renamed their stadium themselves from now. They are just going to the Cathedral.
The Cathedral.
And
It's always been the nickname, anyways.
the Cathedral, yeah.
Yeah.
So he said that they are not playing at home now.
Yeah.
The pitch is almost ready, and what he has done with them is just is amazing. The fans are back. He gets these celebrities to align. They are all talking about it. There's a fan culture, great. He got young people that would work. The likes of the account handlers. All of they are new.
Yeah.
The person that's handling the account now, it started pro bono, like it was not official, just like I'm doing unofficial Sporting Lagos fan base ish and all. And it just got him that okay, while no one was doing it, you were doing it, so you just continue doing it.
Yeah.
And those people would not forget this kind of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
This kind of things lingers on in the mind and also
Yeah.
kudos to those clubs that are also Bendel Insurance, the Ogbe boys. Hey, what they do every match day,
Their own followership, another
every
thing.
OAP in Benin
Yeah.
talks about a sports Bendel Insurance match
game.
game. They all make videos. They all post on their
Okay, maybe
platforms.
that's
and all.
what OAPs
So it
in
is.
Lagos need to be doing. The
Yes.
Sporting
Now,
Lagos get
since
a
you
lot
work
of
for the club, that day they didn't have the blue one
No, I
in
don't.
my size.
I don't work officially for the club yet.
So, but
Okay,
you have,
but I have.
I need to
they
buy
didn't-
the
they
blue
don't have your
one.
size.
They didn't have my size.
Okay,
that
I
day
would
at the stadium. I
speak
need that
personally
blue
with
one.
Ois.
They'll-
Ois is the
they'll
one
get you
in
a
charge.
size.
And I want to
in
pay
charge
for
of
it
that.
too. They should not dash
No, of
me.
course.
I paid for my yellow one. I
Ois
paid
Yeah,
for
is
so-
my
the
so
one in charge
talking
of that,
about-
so we get it.
this whole rebranding thing. I mean, what Amobi is doing with Enugu Rangers, fantastic. Amobi has been there before now. He went for his master class, came back, and is now officially the GM of the club. And I know, say Rangers fans Now, one of the diehard fans we'll get for this country.
Never
I remember
say die. That's their right.
2016 when they win the league. That season when we see they cover the league back to back. The Cathedral, they always full. Always full to capacity. In fact, that night where they win the league, you know this thing where they do where they walk out for street. You know, you don't see canopies, don't set up. You know, everybody
Like
people don't set up. They don't win.
Amobi won it as one of the youngest managers.
You understand? So
I think
a lot of people don't set up. The only thing we spoil that party that day, now that a Gwim leg will break for that match.
And did you see what it did with Amobi coming back?
Yeah.
I think one of their players, that's one thing he has been integrating to, you know, he's a lawyer also, football lawyer. I think one of their players that got injured and was abandoned, so he reached out to him back. He's done a successful surgery now, and I think he's offering the player a contract to put him back on his football career and all like that. So those are the kind of things. These are the things that
because
that
I mean, sorry, on my own part, I just like every one of us were guilty. I don't know whether we really follow up on that Ifeanyi Gwim injury and all of that. Where in the right now and all of that. I don't know whether I agree because now that thing we just take the shine of that party that day. It was a terrible injury. You know, we can make no matter how they celebrate, everybody mind just that place. But then again, the effect of packaging the NPFL because the NPFL, just like you said. Sometimes not packaging 90 kilos. But look at what they're doing at Sporting Lagos. Look at what Amobi is doing at Rangers. And you just mentioned Bendel Insurance and all of that. The effect, we know that football generally can contribute to the economy.
Absolutely.
Of course, a country.
Absolutely.
You know, so your message to NPFL, did they hear? No, nobody said they need to hear. Did they hear? Did they hear us? We don't talk tire. How rebranding, repackaging, and repositioning the NPFL, how can it attract people? I mean, see you for the first time in your life. You go stadium, go watch NPFL game. No be Super Eagles match. No be Arsenal, we come Nigeria complete. NPFL game. So it is possible to attract anybody to watch. I mean, we should stop living in the glory days. Oh, if it was in the 70s, if it was in the 60s.
No, it's not the 70s.
It's possible.
It's 2023.
Send that message out. How can this cause a turnaround?
I think for me, there are a few things. I think number one, it will take a bit of collaboration. I think, again, I'd like to use what we've all seen happen in the music business as an example. What we've seen happen in Nollywood as an example. What you saw was people coming together and saying, okay, I'm the artist, you're the manager, you know, you are the show promoter. So it was that network of different people with different skills and talents saying, I'll do this part, you do this part, because we all believe in this thing. So one, the NPFL should be thinking collaborations. Who can we collaborate with? Whether they are companies, whether they are individuals, influencers, you know, people in social media, people in the entertainment space, attracting them, finding ways to partner with them as ambassadors or stakeholders or just making them fans of what you're doing, bringing them on board. So collaborations are key. That then leads you to investments. You know, you need a certain amount of investments to happen to lift the overall quality of the package. So going back to the music business as an example, we had a situation where when we were coming into the game, we had things like, let me not mention it, but different TV stations and who were showing your music video, and then they will show a Drake or a Jay-Z or whoever was hot at the time's video. So that platform would make you say, Omo, I don't really get money, but I need to put all the money I can together to uplift the level of my packaging so that there will not be a drop-off in quality. This was even
from one video to another.
This was even before the days of YouTube, before you could start earning money on videos. This was just in the beginning. We put pressure on ourselves to say, if you are playing my video, it has to be good enough.
Upgraded.
Next, or at least on the same level globally with other things. And that took spending of money, even though you weren't sure where you were going to make the money back, but you just felt the need to invest in the quality of the product. So the same thing goes with the NPFL. We need investments in the teams. We need investments in the stadiums. We need investments in the quality of the experience. And then it takes creativity. I think it takes people thinking outside of the box. It takes thinking, hey, can I put some buses together to go and pack people from the stadium? Can I invite what he talked about with the jerseys and the brand story, just the creative way of thinking outside of the box. We don't need people who are used to administrating football in Nigeria the way that it has always been done, because that hasn't worked. So we need people that are creative thinkers coming to the table. And
that's the problem. Will they let them come into it?
It's a package like anything else is a package. If somebody can sell drinks, I'm the same person. I've sold drinks, I've sold artists, I've sold music, I've sold movies.
Yeah.
All it takes is creative. It's creativity. It's just thinking outside of the box. Say, how can this thing be packaged? How can this work? So I think it's, and you know what? You said, will they let them come to the table? What I found is that a lot of times things will not be handed over to you.
Okay.
But you just need a few people who are interested enough to make themselves part of the system and to go in and, insert themselves into that system to say, this is the role I think I can play, and come on board. So it may not even originate from the league standpoint. It might originate from teams. Yeah. So if the teams take that initiative, like what Sporting League, I mean, look at me. I'm here discussing a Nigerian Premier
Football League team. Yeah.
I'm a full fan, and I'm learning the story and who are the players and all of that.
You're pledging to
and I'm pledging
my
allegiance. Like this is I'm here. So, and it took people within there saying, "Omo, invite Banky W for an experience. We think he will enjoy it. We know he's a football fan." And now they've roped me into it, and I'm a full fan, and I'm spending my own money on the experience. So it might come from that angle, right? So that there was no one moment where funding was made available to the Nigerian music business or to the movie business. Yeah. No, what was it? It was a bunch of us saying, let's make a film called Wedding Party, or a film called Sugar Rush, or a film called... Now, with Gangs of Lagos, our most recent production, we were actually in a bidding war between Netflix and Amazon. Wow. As in, I take one call, we talk to Netflix, they say, this is what we have. We take another call, we talk to Amazon, they say, this is what we have. And that's where the business has gotten to, because people took interest on a project-by-project basis and became stakeholders in different projects. So I think that the same thing can happen with the Nigerian Premier Football League, with the different teams, being a bit creative, focusing on collaborations, focusing on investments, attracting people to their experience and making the experience as great as possible. And let the growth come from there. It's organic, it's beautiful, and it will scale, and it will be successful by the grace of God.
Wow.
Those are the things that I think.
Wow. So it is possible, basically.
Very, very, very possible.
It is very possible. Before we go, I know say they don't make mouth say they go win the league. Realistically now. Because if let's say I never get the memo. Now I tell you the memo for NPFL.
Which team you they support?
Me? Heartland.
Heartland FC.
Heartland.
Okay. Heartland, we just the wallop and they find oil for
I just tell you,
I don't know what happens since you guys won the NNL. I don't know.
See, respect that club.
And we call you the Nazi Millionaires.
Respect that club. Nazi Millionaires.
The Nazi Millionaires. That's their nickname.
Nazi Millionaires.
Yeah, Millionaires. Heartland Football
Wait,
Club.
Nazi as in N-A-Z?
No, N-A-Z-E.
Not. No.
I beg you. Please. Okay.
No.
Carry on.
From Iwanyawo National to Heartland. I mean, formerly Spartans, Iwanyawo National, Heartland, and all of that. Kano and Quad, the greats, all of them play for that team. No worry. You get Heartland are the first team for this country. We signed players from another country. Edward Ansah.
That was when
calm down. Edward Ansah and the rest of them.
But that one are old glory.
No worry. We are coming. Now just may I become GM for the club now. We'll restart that.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
No,
it is possible.
Definitely.
We can do it.
Definitely.
Realistically, like I've been talking, let's say I never get the memo to survive for NPFL, because the memo to survive for NPFL is I say, first of all, win your 19 home games.
Actually.
And now on a drop point on Sunday.
It pained me. We
against
were
Duma United. And it pained me because I did stadium and I watched the game. The level of football for the first half was very good, but then just the missed goal scoring opportunities here and there.
I'm sorry.
So
we need to be more clinical. Actually.
Yeah,
we need
actually, because even the game that I watched.
Sorry to say, Junior Lokosa, not my guy, but I mean. That on a striking line.
The club understands, and that's why I said club is intentional. At the start of the season, we got a finishing coach.
Yeah.
Because that was also the problem in the NNL.
Yeah.
That was the problem. That's Edward Green, the Aqua United man. And I was able to speak with him on Sunday, and he was sad about it. I think Review was close to tears or in tears because he lost some chances that were
good scoring opportunities.
scoring
Get one
opportunity.
lay back we didn't bring out.
That he was just supposed to slap.
empty
I
nets.
was about to shout go. So the club is working on it. That has always been the problem. But I believe that we balanced this off by also getting a point in Aqua, which was maybe people in Uyo, which people thought was going to be
When I
very
for the top of
difficult.
the table with 7 points now.
Yeah,
and that is a very, trust me, it's easier to
For a
close
team-
10 points in Europe than to close 1 point in Nigeria.
Exactly.
It's easier to
Especially
close
away.
10 points in Europe than to close 1 point in Nigeria.
It's difficult, but we are working on it. Don't worry.
Okay, no
worry.
wahala.
We are
They're working-
staying-
But guess what?
where
Whether we win the league or not, it's just
Yeah.
like Arsenal, right?
where would Sporting finish?
Sporting.
Yeah, this is
Well, you know me. First of all, I'm a perennial optimist.
yeah.
I believe until we lose and we cannot win anymore, I say we win the league.
Okay.
But the point is that we are here. Whether we win the league or not,
Yeah.
we're here. It's going to be a sustainable project. We're going to support it. We're going to put our weight
Behind
behind
it.
it. And, first of all, nobody wins every year. Right?
Yes.
So you're going to
Yeah.
have some years that you'll be better than others.
Yeah.
But the idea is, can you build a sustainable project that can be generational, that our children can come on and inherit that fanship?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like my Arsenal support.
Yeah.
When last did we win the league? You don't take.
You don't take.
But we're there.
Yeah.
And we believe in the
So, but
club,
if you had
we
to
believe
set
in the project.
a target for them, a realistic target now,
I
considering
would
all
say,
these factors,
I would say
new
a
club,
realistic
Yeah.
target for Sporting, considering the ambition,
Yeah.
would be we should win the league at least once within the next 3 years.
Okay.
I think that's a realistic
Target.
thing to push for.
Okay.
I would like to see it happen this year, and I'll be
Okay.
rooting for it. But even if we don't, either
Between
this
now and
year,
the next
next
3
year,
years.
or the following, we should one of these next 3 years we're going to emerge.
I can tell you for a fact that we are staying. We are not relegating. Your Atlant.
No,
might
we're
relegate.
No, I don't know. I
Yeah.
really want you guys to stay.
Your Atlant might relegate, but we are not relegating.
Boy, if you do me, you know, I'll be prayer.
Everybody
warrior.
knows that.
I think pray you. I think pray you.
Don't worry,
down. Now
Atlant
me
no go
pray.
relegate. Calm
Chelsea
down,
win 3
calm down,
games.
calm down.
Uh-huh.
Everybody
Calm
knows
down,
the
calm
private
down. We
clubs.
respect you, sir.
Private clubs have to
Okay.
remain.
The man is a
See
professional.
what
no,
Remo
be
Stars
careful,
is doing.
please.
Private clubs need to remain.
See what Remo
Sporting
Stars
Lagos
doing.
need to remain in the league.
Yeah.
For as in me, the experience. I mean, you did stadium, they sing, oh Junior Loco.
Oh, our chance. There are plenty, oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, they don't get Jimmy now. Now
Yeah,
be the
nah,
official
hype
hype
man.
guy.
Fully.
They don't
He has been
get
doing it
announcer
all day.
and everything.
Yeah.
No, come on, they don't get some of the best of photographers.
Yeah.
Modo is working with the team and all of that.
Yeah.
I don't they hype all of them.
Victor Modu, big man.
everything. They never get me. They will soon get me.
Yes, yes. We look forward to it.
But then again, thank you very much, Banky.
It's a
Thank you
pleasure.
so much. And
Thanks
we
for
hope to
having
see you more of like I said, you've never said no to me. So I'm expecting you
Sure.
some more time here. And we hope to see you at the stadium again.
By God's
Sporting Lagos and all of that. Boye. And normally you.
Always.
You're Sporting
part
Lagos.
of the Republic.
All right, so in case you never know, it is possible. Now the message will sell to you today. It is possible. Naija Football League, Naija Premier Football League, fit attract the kind of following from the people. Self, where you know things say they will fit come. Yes, I mean Banky can watch Sporting Lagos. Who say Bugano will go watch Heartland for Were or Rangers for Enugu? Who say just name them? I mean some of these ladies then they support football as well.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
Yeah.
I see them for Sporting Lagos games.
And they will tell you all about our games.
Did it? Yes.
They are knowledgeable.
And then they pay. I spoke with one of the ladies on the board, Ekene. What's her name?
Yeah,
she
Ekene
said
Ago.
she's
Yes,
traveling.
Ekene
That
Ago.
when she comes back, she would definitely give me a call.
Yes.
She'll be here, and she will also tell us from that angle and all of that and all of that. So we will support our own. This na Football Republic, and this na Football Afrik podcast. My name na Sawadinho.